Today, it's a beautiful morning in the northern part of this country, Uganda. I'm going to show you, my viewers, how I'm managing to keep my tomatoes fresh, looking like this, in the dry season like this. Christine is my name, the principal farmer, a real-life coach, because it's all about food. Whenever you see Christine around, it is food on the table. Nothing else we talk about. We are talking food. I'm farming. It's very dry. It's a real dry season. In the northern part of this country, it is a semi-arid area, but I'm farming. I'm doing very well. You can have a look. This is my harvest. I harvested these ones just yesterday, and they are very beautiful. They are looking very good. I have some few tomatoes here where I am. This is where I've been harvesting from. They are getting old, they are getting finished. But these are the tomatoes, and I'm going to show you how I've managed to do all this. So I'm taking you to the gardens, and you see how I'm still managing. And you also learn to farm with Ruth. And you get to know how we are going to do this together. I was seeing a friend of mine sent me a message via Facebook that Christine, you always tell us that we need to farm, we need to do a lot of farming, but have a look. Some of our friends, a fellow farmer from Kenya, was from Kenya. That is our neighboring country. Uganda is here, but Kenya is in the eastern part it's in the eastern part. So he sent me a message and he was like, you always encourage us to be farming. But this farming can be so disturbing. You see what happened entire season. Somebody farmed and poured a full ton of tomatoes. I said, oh my God, if I was nearby, I would have lent this man a shoulder to cry on first. Then after the person has finished crying, I whisper into his ears that rest a bit, but don't quit. Why? Because farming is an interesting activity. You get food. That is number one. Number two, quality food. You eat what you want to eat. So farming is a very interesting activity to me as an individual. So this person who ended up pouring a full ton of tomatoes, to me, I was like, if I was around, I would have helped this person not to pour this full ton of tomatoes. Because I'm a farmer for fruits, vegetables, in the northern part of this country, and I'm enjoying farming. It is a real dry season. You can see from my background, the other side, it is all dry, very, very dry. All my neighbors, they cannot manage to do the farming in the dry season like this. You can see in the background, this side. You can see also this side of my left-hand side. It is all very dry. But personally, I'm farming. How have I managed to do it in the dry season? Why am I even enjoying farming? How am I managing to make money in the dry season? You're going to make money in the dry season. That's why I am here today. I want you to enjoy farming, such that you don't stay out there and you say, farming is very hard. Christine is lying. I'm not lying. We are going to do this together. So how have I managed to farm in the dry season? Number one, what do you need to do the farming in the dry season? Because the dry season, to me, is the season where a farmer can make real money. How have I managed to make real money? One, what you need, like for us here, fencing is key. If you don't have a fence around, you'll not manage to farm in the semi-arid areas. Because when it is a dry season like this, people leave all their animals to walk freely everywhere. So you need to fence. That is number one. Then number two, you need to have enough grass which will help you to mulch the soil. Like you see, this part of mine, I've done some mulching, and it has kept my gardens looking very beautiful. So mulching is very important. You need to get enough grass to do the mulching. Then number three, you need manure. Because I told you, this land which we are using today, people have grown and grown food for years and years on it. So you need to get manure for your land. Then water is also very important. Where do you get your water from? Do you have a well? Do you have an irrigation system that will help you? Or you can also use a hand irrigating kettle, something like that, a watering can, which can help you in the garden. Because I'm just using a watering can, but I can produce food for the family. I can produce food for the neighbors. What else do you need? Quality food selection. You can see my tomatoes, they are very good. I've kept this quality, I'm recycling it, I'm packing my own seeds, and I keep them for entire seasons. Whatever season comes in, I put tomatoes. Growing fresh foods is very, very interesting in one way, because as you farm them, like in the dry season like this, the market is really there. You won't be like that friend of mine who sent me a message that you always encourage us to farm, but see a full tanning of tomatoes being poured because there is no market. You will have market when you farm in the dry seasons like this, because I've seen it, I've experienced it, and I told you, those of you who have been following Christine's story, whatever works for me, I'll always bring it to you, and we shall farm together, we shall enjoy farming together. Whatever I sample at my garden and I see it is working, definitely you'll get it. So today I'm showing you, I have some tomatoes here in my garden, fresh tomatoes, other ones. I have one stem here. It is looking very beautiful. It is looking very big. They have flowered, they are flowering. I'm just watering them using a hand watering can. So these tomatoes here, I think if I'm not mistaken, I can get some between 2,000 to 3,000. That is $1 on this tree only. I have this one, it is coming up. I have this one, it is coming up. They're all looking healthy. I have more tomatoes here. This one I can also get $1 from it. It is also doing very well. So these tomatoes, I'm showing you today how I'm managing to keep this, how I'm managing to keep this. I have more in the garden, how I'm managing to keep this, how I'm managing to keep this one. All of them are looking healthy. They are looking very big. They are looking good. So how have I managed to keep this? After I've done my seeds selections, after I've sorted the seeds that I need to use in my garden, I always bring my manure. I bring my chicken dung. Chicken dung is the manure that I always use. You can see with the chicken feathers, they are all there. So this is chicken manure. So when I'm planning to do the planting, my chicken manure should be ready. That is number one item. Number two, I get enough grass for mulching. I can use some of these matoke banana leaves, the dry ones, and I do the mulching. The sunshine in the northern part of this country is too hot. So after I have done my planting, you can see like on this tomato here, after I've done my planting, I always put sticks around. There are sticks which you can also see, they are still visible. Then when I've done the planting of the sticks, I cover on top of my tomatoes. Because I don't have a green garden, a greenhouse where I can do this farming from. Those with greenhouses, yes. But Christine always comes to give you the easiest, the quickest and simplest methods you can use and farm. So I cover my tomatoes like this on top. Let me show you from this one because the sticks are still there. I cover my tomatoes on top like this. I plant the sticks, then I cover on top of the tomatoes like that. When I've done the covering like this, it will stay for 5 complete days. When I've done that, I come back to my manure. I remove the things that I've used to cover on top. Then I pour some little manure around the plant like this, like this, like this. After that, I'll pour enough water. I get my watering can and I pour water. I pour water like this. After I've done the pouring of water, the mulching now comes in. The best way you can get these mulches, you wait when people are harvesting. When people are harvesting their foods, that's when you should be planning to start planting. That's how I've managed to grow my food, and it has market all the time. So I told you whatever works for me, you'll always have it. You'll always get it. So I do the land preparation when people are harvesting. If they have harvested their beans, if they have harvested their maize, I talk to them and collect enough of those grasses, of those husks, of those remains, and I bring them to my farm. So after I've done this, I do the mulching. I do the mulching like that. After I've done my mulching, some chicken can be disturbing also because they can go through the fence I have. So I put some stones, because some of you may wonder, why do you put stones again? So these stones are to protect my fruit, my tomato, from being disturbed by the chicken around. So this is how I'm managing to grow food in the dry season like this. I plant, I cover on top with some grass. Then when I see the plant is strong enough to support itself within 5 days, I remove it, add manure, water, mulch, and the crop grows. Then at the end of that day, I'll be able to go to the market, and I stand out alone. I stand out with those who are farming with Ruth. I'm saying, subscribe to my channel, such that you're not left out. You're managing to put food on the table, quality food 24/7. Thank you for farming with Ruth. I wish you a beautiful day, because here it's just a bright morning. So I wish you God's choicest blessing. God